Oh my gosh, you guys, see this Mod Podge? And my book and my paintbrush. Yeah, I have something to show you. I'm so excited. But first, our verse of the day. Aha, Acts 13:43. Continue in the grace of God. Each morning, as you get dressed, remember that you belong to Christ. Nobody can separate you from his grace. So, Carrie the Crafter did this, and I am copying because it is the best idea. Grab a book, gut it, and then just put some material on there on the inside, outside. You don't have to. I did because after I gutted my book, that spine was not sturdy. And then my book is very matte, kind of not cloth, but just I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, Carrie said cover it with some Mod Podge because what that's going to do is it's going to protect it from the elements. Because this, my friends, is going to turn into a fabulous on-the-go flower and leaf press. You know, you go for walks, you find a flower you might want to press and keep and use for something later. Well, if you keep this in your book bag or your purse or your car, you now have something a place to put your things and then use them later. You can take them home and take them out and put them in a real flower press or a heavy book, something like that. But this is the coolest thing. So in the description box below, I am going to link Carrie's original video because I think you should watch that. It is so cool. Okay, anyway, I've said this is cool and fabulous, right? All right, I'm just making sure you understand. So I'm just covering this whole book on the outside and the inside with Mod Podge. If you don't have Mod Podge, you could use Elmer's School Glue, anything that might just give this a little bit of protection in case you happen to be walking in the morning and there's dew on the ground or on leaves, or maybe it's been raining, something like that. So I'll be right back. So this is dry inside and out. And okay, see these holes? Just ignore those. I actually this was sitting in a drawer for a year now. It was a journal that I was going to make, and I just set it aside. So anyway, ignore that part. What I'm trying to say is you can use whatever you have. Well, now what? Well, grab some mixed media paper, watercolor paper, something that if your leaves or your flowers are a little wet, it will help soak some of that up. What I'm saying is, Carrie said don't use just regular printer paper or something like that because, it's thin, and if it gets damp, it gets wrinkly and it creates a mess. Wet paper makes a mess, right? Have you ever tried to clean up a water mess with a Kleenex or toilet paper? It falls apart everywhere. That's what your printer paper is going to do. So some sort of a mixed media paper. And this just happens to be what I have. And this one is 7 by 10 inches. And what I've done is I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages out. And I just folded it. So this is what there we go. This is what it looked like. And I just turned it on its side and folded it in half. So I've got those. And then grab some cardboard. This is from, my husband was actually just outside a few minutes ago breaking down cardboard for the recycle bin. And I'm like, wait, I need some. So I didn't need all of it. What I did was I grabbed an X-Acto knife. I think that's what you call this. Is that what you call this? Mine is by Fiskars. He's got something different, that he uses all the time to break down cardboard. I think it's an X-Acto knife. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know, could you let me know in the comments? It's okay to laugh at me. It's fine. What I did was I used that and I cut it down so it would fit in here perfectly. So when I hold it there, see there's an itty bitty space at the top on the sides, on the bottom. So that's how I cut it. And I did, let's see, I could measure this and tell you what size mine is. Mine is 5 1/4 inches by 7 3/4 inches. But that just happens to be what fits in my book. And my book is probably a little bigger than I'd like it, because if it was shorter, it would fit my purse better. But that's okay. It'll probably just sit in the glove box of my car. So how many did I cut? I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I think Carrie cut 6 and ended up using 5. Again, it's going to depend on how big the spine of your book is, because they're all different. What I did was I cut enough so that when I put it in there, the book lays perfectly flat. And it does have just a tiny bit of room, because I want to be able to add these pages. And so I'm going to put, then my book won't stay open. I'm going to put that there, and then this, and then that, and then this. And I'm just going to keep alternating. Oh, look, I have too much paper. That's okay. And now I'm going to see. Yeah, that lays, it's perfect. Now, if I get some things in between the papers, it is going to get a little bit bigger. So I don't know if I should have that many in there. I guess for me, it doesn't really matter that much. You know, I just don't want I don't want it to end up being this huge gator mouth when I put my things in it. Well, let's just see. Let's say that was a leaf, and I put the leaf in and I closed it. I think it'll be okay. And simple, right? Really, really simple. And what you have is something to pull out, and you just put your whatever leaves or flowers right here and put it in there. To keep it closed, you could use rubber bands, a hair tie, or maybe some elastic, ribbon, whatever you have. Don't go buying anything. Okay, so for instance, at the Dollar Tree, you can get stretch cording and use that. And I'm pretty sure this is very similar to what Carrie the Crafter used. And what you would do is just take some and unroll it. Oh my, this is getting all tangled. But go around this and then twist it so you can go around this way. And then tie it in a knot really tight. Pull really good. Put your finger there. Oh gosh. I'm going to try and get this to stay. Try and tie a knot with your finger in it. And I'll tie a couple more just to be safe. We'll cut that off. And then what he showed, genius, when you're out and about, you take this off and then just throw it over your arm so you don't lose it on the ground and have it get wet and gross. And you know, you come in here and you open this up and you put your flowers or whatever it is you want to dry in there. You close it up and then come here like this and like that. Oh, and there you go. You've got it. Oh, mine doesn't want to stay. Hold on. Let's try this again. It was around my wrist. Let's see if we can get this like Carrie did it. He went like this. Okay. And then maybe twist it twice and come around. There we go. There we go. And voila, it'll stay together. Yay! But like I said, you don't have to use this. Go get some hair ties. I mean, what do I got in my hair right now? Let's see. I have this. Oh, look at the hair attached. And would this go around? Yep, it would. But you know those rubber ones, cloth ones? You could do two, one this way, and if one would fit, do one this way. Really, whatever you've got that will work. And then we have a little traveler's, what could we call this? A traveler's flower press. And I love that I found a book that has flowers on it. See, and you could decorate this if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep mine simple like this, and I'm going to go put it in the car. How fabulous of an idea. Now, I do not have a flower press to put things in when I do get home from a walk, but what I do have is some big, thick, heavy books. And I don't know if you ever did it when you were young, but I did. You take your big, thick, heavy book, you open it to any page, you put your whatever it is that you want to dry in there, you close the book, and you just let it sit for a long time. And it just dries it out. I don't know how it works, but it does. Now, if you don't have a thick, heavy book, then take just any book you've got, put your stuff in it, and lay more books on top, you know? And just set it aside in a corner, maybe on the floor in the back of your closet where it's not in the way, and let your things dry. Now, what do you do with dried flowers and things? Well, that's another video. I will tell you, though, that if you go search on Carrie, the crafter, as well as Eddie Makes Art, I'll link both of them in the description box below. They do things on the jelly plate with their dried leaves and flowers and stuff. Now, you know what? I have one video I could link for you that I actually used some that were not dried. So you could just bring them home and immediately use them. But there are other ideas, and I will show you those another day. Thanks for being here, you guys. I really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you would, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.